For people with hearing loss, social distancing and masks can make communicating especially difficult.
Yeah, that's been a huge challenge for my father-in-law, actually. Olympic track and field legend and Midwesterner Jim Ryan understands that challenge, and he has some recommendations for living with hearing loss, particularly right now.
Jim, so many of us look up to you as an off-the-charts talented athlete. You're the youngest distance runner to join an Olympic team. You won silver medal. ESPN named you the top high school athlete of the century. But what some of us don't know is that you achieved all of that incredible level of success with a hearing impairment. So how did you manage to overcome hearing loss?
Well, the first thing is to discover you have a hearing loss. As a young boy at the age of approximately 5, I had a high fever. And as a result of that, I found that classroom work was suffering. And so that was the first indication. And eventually, good hearing testing would prove, in fact, that I had a hearing loss. So, I had the testing. I would encourage anyone who they think they have a hearing loss, ask your friends, your spouse, or somebody close by. They'll probably confirm it. But the best way to determine and confirm that is to go have a good hearing test. I now wear what's called phonic lyric. They're in the canal, they're invisible. I can shower in them, I can run in them, and they've given me greater safety on the roads when I'm running and biking.
Wow, that's really impressive. So actually, my father-in-law has severe hearing loss. He can't hear out of one ear entirely and not very well out of the other. And he's been having a really hard time, especially nowadays with everyone wearing masks and being far apart. Has that been a struggle for you too?
Well, it was before I was fitted with a good hearing system. And so I identify with your father-in-law in that, if you can't hear, you don't respond, and then you withdraw and people don't know what's going on. They don't appreciate the fact that you have a hearing loss. So again, find a good audiologist that can give you a good hearing test. All of that will help, and perhaps your father-in-law as well. But it's not uncommon where people, if they don't hear well, they kind of withdraw and they think, yeah, nobody understands what I'm going through. But it's worth the trouble. I have 13 grandchildren. I hear my wife, all of those things have been greatly improved.
Oh, that's so good to hear. So how do those hearing aids work? You said they're in your ear canal?
Either in the ear canal, they're very small. You can do all sorts of things in them, shower, run. I find that when I'm out on the road biking and running, I'm much more aware of my surroundings. And to me, that's one of the great benefits, that it gives me that much more protection.
And then what about, I know for my father-in-law, especially crowd noise, like being in loud spaces, it's hard to differentiate voices. Does it help with that at all?
Well, I like to call them smart hearing systems. They allow discrimination in terms of what might be the crowd noise and being able to hear people. For example, in a crowded setting of individuals talking, I hear quite well. So, they are intelligent, they are smart, and yet they require a good fitting to make sure that they would fit for, say, your father-in-law.
Awesome, but that's really encouraging. So I know the pandemic hasn't really been a walk in the park for anyone, and you especially have quite a silver lining. You were awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom this summer. So where does that rank in your very long list of accomplishments?
Well, it's a wonderful accomplishment, but I attribute that to the fact to all the people that contributed to it. In fact, one of the things that I've done with that award is I want to shine that light back on others that have helped. My coach, who has passed on, coaches, officials, my family, my wife, our children, and so many others along the way that made this possible. It's not something that at the age of, say, 15, you say, well, I want to be a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Honor. Really, it's something that the individual who's in the White House makes that decision. I'm grateful for it, but I wouldn't be there if it hadn't been for all the help that people have given me, the talent God gave me, the coaches that contributed to making that possible.
Oh, wow. Well, that's wonderful to hear. Congratulations again. And where can we go for more info on combating hearing loss?
You can go online. You can look up trylyric.com. I would encourage people to go there and look, be tested, look for a good audiologist who can give you good testing along the way, but make that decision early on and find out what can help you be able to hear better and to interact with others as a result of that.
Great. Jim, thank you so much. It was really wonderful to talk to you.
You're welcome. Thank you for your time.